Some conflicts are not driven by fear, they are driven by pride. Two actors race toward each other, both know that collision would be catastrophic, both know that survival requires one of them to turn away, but neither wants to blink first. This is the logic of the chicken game. In-game theory. The chicken game describes situations where the worst outcome occurs if neither side yields. Victory does not come from cooperation, but from convincing the other side that you will not retreat. What matters is not intention, but credibility. International politics is filled with chicken games, nuclear standoffs, territorial disputes, ultimatums delivered with deadlines. Irrationality takes a dangerous form. Backing down avoids disaster, but it also signals weakness. Standing firm risks catastrophe, but it projects strength. This is where brinkmanship enters. Brinkmanship is not madness, it is calculated risk. It is the strategy of pushing a situation to the edge of disaster in order to force the other side to retreat. The goal is not war, the goal is fear. During the Cold War, brinkmanship became an art form. Nuclear weapons made total war unthinkable, but they also made threats infinitely more powerful. If both sides were rational, war would never occur. But if one side appeared irrational or unstoppable, the other might yield. This is the paradox. Rational actors pretend to be irrational in the chicken game. The most dangerous player is the one who throws away the steering wheel. By removing the option to turn back, they force the other player to choose survival. Brinkmanship follows the same logic. By narrowing options, leaders increase credibility. Escalation becomes a signal, not a mistake. This is why brinkmanship is so unstable. It depends on perception, on miscalculation, on timing. One wrong interpretation, and the game collapses into catastrophe. Unlike the prisoner's dilemma, where cooperation is fragile, the chicken game makes cooperation look like cowardice. Backing down may be the rational choice, but it is politically costly. Leaders are not only strategic actors, they are symbolic ones. They must appear strong to allies, rivals, and domestic audiences. This transforms international conflict into theater. Escalation is performed. Weapons are displayed. Troops are mobilized. Red lines are drawn, not always to be crossed, but to be believed. Brinkmanship relies on controlled loss of control. You escalate just enough to create fear, but not enough to lose command. This is an impossible balance. History shows how often it fails. The Cuban Missile Crisis is often celebrated as a success of brinkmanship, but success was not guaranteed. It was accidental. Miscommunication, human error, or panic could have ended civilization. The fact that disaster was avoided does not prove the strategy safe. It proves it was lucky. Chicken games reward those who can tolerate risk longer, not those who are wiser, but those who are more willing to gamble. This creates a perverse incentive structure. Cautious actors appear weak. Aggressive actors dominate the narrative. Over time, this favors escalation-prone systems. This is why brinkmanship is addictive. Each successful standoff reinforces belief in the strategy. Each avoided catastrophe is reinterpreted as mastery. But the odds never change. The cliff remains. Technology makes this worse. Faster communication reduces reaction time. Automation removes human hesitation. AI systems optimize for speed, not wisdom. In chicken games, speed is dangerous. When decisions must be made in seconds, backing down becomes impossible. This is how brinkmanship evolves from strategy into trap. The system pressures actors to escalate even when they know better. Because yielding once creates precedent, and precedent shapes future games. This is the deeper danger. Brinkmanship is not just risky in the moment, it restructures long-term behavior. Once escalation becomes normalized, restraint disappears. Each new crisis begins closer to the edge. The chicken game has no memory of survival, only of dominance. This is why brinkmanship is unsustainable. As a permanent strategy, it depends on continuous luck. And luck is not a foundation for order. Yet states continue to use it, because, in systems without trust, credibility matters more than safety. And credibility is built through risk. This is the tragic logic of power politics. The greatest danger is not war itself, it is the normalization of near war. When disaster becomes routine, eventually routine fails. Understanding this does not mean rejecting strategy, it means recognizing limits. Not all games can be won. Some can only be survived until they cannot. If this video changed how you see escalation and political courage, subscribe to the channel. Here. We examine the strategies leaders use when backing down feels impossible. Like the video if you believe pride is one of the most dangerous forces in politics. And stay with us because next we explore zero-sum versus positive-sum games and the stag hunt, where cooperation becomes the highest risk of all.